Hello, everybody, and welcome to Daytona International Speedway for race number 1 of Season 2 for the NCS Sim Racing Challenge. It's the Daytona 550 laps around this famous 2.5 mile super speedway. We are sure to have an amazing race, an amazing season. We already had 2 wonderful dual races, as well as the NCS Truck Division Season 1 race number 1 that happened Wednesday night. The duels happened Friday night. Wednesday night in the Truck Series, we saw Junebug win from the pole after a caution came out in the race back to the line, passing Kaysen Cooper to take the victory as the caution came out. In the duels, we had Boston Jones in the number 68 win duel number 1 after a crash happened on around lap 9. And then Eris Yuko went from 18th to 1st in 2 laps, the final 2 laps, to take the victory in duel number 2. All of that action happened within the past 4 days, but now it's the penultimate event. It is the Daytona 500 here this beautiful Sunday afternoon in Daytona Beach, Florida. Christopher Marnell took the pole with a blazing time, just barely beating out his teammate. New for this season, renumbered from the 03, the 33 of Michael Guthrie. Christopher Marnell renumbered his car from the 02 to the 23. And those 2 cars renumbered, looking awfully fast this weekend, starting on the front row. Let's take a look at our starting lineup for today's Daytona 500. Season 2, Race 1, Christopher Marnell, Michael Guthrie, teammates, headlining Row 1. Row 2, the dual winners, Boston Jones and Eris Yuko. Row number 3, we have Spencer Davis and Rue Sharp, 2 rookies for the season. Row number 4, Josh Moore and Nathan Stapleton. Row 5, we have Nelson Reeves and Joshua Harrison. Row number 6, Colin Scarborough and Mitchell Collins. Row 7, Harry Williams and Christian Vargas. Row number 8, Seelan Nosler and Aaron Hunter. Row number 9, Nick Roten and Hayden Phillips. Row 10, Greg Rowland, Stuart Gratton, 2 rookies for this season as well. Row number 11, another batch of rookies, Keith Hughes and Jacob Dabo. Row 12, Sam Francis, who was named the Cooler Sam last season, and Richard Fridge. Row 13, Jimothy Sharp and Jonah Burridge. Row 14, last year's champion Henry Guo and his teammate Alexander Rowe. Row 15, Abel Nickerson and Garrett Lamar. Row 16, we have David Kreutz and Daytona 500 winner from Season 1, Ian McDaniel. Row 17, Arwen Basif and Axel Rocha. Row 18, Sean McKean and Tom Gill. Row 19, we have Barney Thresher and James Sharp. Rounding out the field, row 20, Rory Sharp and Abby Lane complete the field. It's sure to be the start to yet another wonderful season, the second season of the NCS Sim Racing Challenge. Lots of new faces, quite a few new numbers. We are sure to have a great race here today. Christopher Marnell on the pole. Michael Guthrie alongside him. 2 new teammates for this season coming down to lead us to the green flag for the Daytona 500. Boston Jones picking up where he left off in the duel. He's going to lead lap number 1, but they were 4 wide behind him. Now they're 3 wide for the first place position. Josh Moore is going to take it around the bottom side and lead with Spencer Davis right alongside him, being pushed by the 12 of Nelson Reeves. Moving up the track just a little bit, allowing the 12, who's being pushed by Colin Scarborough, heading towards the front. Christopher Marnell in the middle lane, the sucker hole as they call it, as Nelson Reeves jumps to the lead. All 40 cars within that shot that you saw. Reeves to the line, nearly collided with Colin Scarborough, but they were able to keep it clean 3 by 3 by 3 all through the field. Harry Williams jumps to the lead now. He won at Talladega last season in an exhilarating race. The 87 looking a bit different with a new number font this season. Azo Racing Team owner. Seelan Nosler in the number 51. He's jumping to the lead with help from his teammate Aaron Hunter as Tolfa Motorsports going from 3 cars to 4. Michael Guthrie leaving the team, going to CRT. They numbered his original 33 car to the 52, which has Sam Francis, and then they opened up their 4th car, Seelan Nosler. That is Aaron Hunter in the lead, not Aris Yuko. We have a small technical difficulty with the ticker. Aaron Hunter, one of the championship contenders of last season, hoping to replicate his success. And here comes Nick Roten, 2-time winner of the NCS Sim Racing Challenge. He won at Bermuda in a photo finish, another super speedway track, as well as winning the season finale of season number 1. So he's your defending race winner. As Jonah Burridge gets sent down to the bottom of the track, and then he's going to stack up the entire middle lane. Greg Rowland's going to take the lead, but now we've got a scattered pack. The 97 got loose and then decided to go onto the apron. Came back up nearly in the middle of the corner. That caused some wrecks in the Truck Series race, but that thankfully stayed incident-free. Keith Hughes now to the lead. Mudfish Motorsports expanded to a 4th car with Greg Rowland, but they lost 2 drivers. Logan Williams got signed to the Truck Series, 4 wide behind them. My goodness, look at that. Sam Francis got shuffled into the middle. Joshua Harrison takes the lead now. As Mudfish Motorsports lost the Logan Williams, who was in the 58, they lost him to the Truck Series driving for McKean Motorsports. And then Andrew Franzi did not sign with a team, and he is currently a free agent. Therefore, they have 2 rookie drivers in the 58 and 85. Hayden Phillips takes it that lap 7 of 50 with his teammate Jacob Dabo right beside him. Glaspie Gaming Arsenal bringing in the 69 and 79, both competitive Forza racers, much like CRT, how they have Christopher Marnell, Ricardo Garcia, Garrett Lamar. They were competitive Forza drivers. These 2, the 69 and 79, cut from the same cloth, albeit they did not race with each other until recently. Alexander Rowe to the lead now. The 69 and 79, as I mentioned earlier, Glaspie Gaming Arsenal coming over to NR 2003 with the NCS Sim Racing Challenge. The 86 at Abel Nickerson, so there was the Cooler Sam was originally in that car, who was Sam Francis, but then he departed for Astolfo Motorsports, which left that seat open. So Abel is a rookie driver in the car. Henry Guo, Season 1 champion, had an incredible season last year. Took the points lead with only 2 races to go, and it was anything but certain until the checkered flag waved for the 47 driver. The number 1, reserved for champions, the champion's provisional number, and he gladly accepted that number, so he will be driving the number 1 for all of this season. And you never know, if he wins the championship again, he will keep that number 1, but if someone else gets it, they will be entitled to having that number. Mitchell Collins right behind him, the new Bones Motorsports driver in the number 22. That was Sean McKean's ride, the number 46, but then it was renumbered to the 22. The 23 of Colin Scarborough was renumbered to the 2. So a bit of renumbering there for Bones Motorsports. But Mitchell Collins, a rookie, looking awfully strong in the number 22 car. That was a car that nearly won the championship with Sean McKean, who is now at DAF Racing. Here comes Spencer Davis along the inside. That's Tilden Motorsports, the number 00. They have switched from Audis to Mercedes. Mercedes has a lot of experience with four-wheel drive stock cars, more than Audi had, as that was Audi's first venture within the stock car racing junction. There goes Arwen Basic onto the apron, much like Jonah Burge, nearly sideswipes the 27. And we had just gotten both packs back together, but now they have split apart. Arwen Basic splitting apart the packs, thankfully not an incident like he had last year in the Daytona 500. Was much more incident free. But Tilden Motorsports in the 0 and 00, Vincent Crook was not re-signed to the team. He moved and signed with McKean Motorsports in the Truck Series. So Spencer Davis is now in the 00, a rookie for this season. On board with Josh Moore, pushing Boston Jones, who is driving for Zach Armstrong Racing, a new 4-car team. Spencer Davis along the outside takes the lead. Not something that you see every day, taking the lead with a big run down the back straightaway along the outside. But they're 3x3 for the lead. Josh Moore is going to take it as he has the shorter way around. He's going to lead lap 12 of 50. But Tilden Motorsports desperately looking for a better season than they had last year. You'd think 2 wins from their top driver, Nick Roten, would be enough, but that did not bode well for a good season for that team. New number font, new sponsors, new manufacturer, they had it all switched. Tom Gill in the number 78, that's for Azo Racing Team. They expanded to a 3rd car. One of Harry Williams' friends, he decided to hop into the car, and he's in the number 78, Prytech Toyota. Prytech sponsoring 2 teams, the 22 and the 78. As here comes Nathan Stapleton to the lead. He's an NR 2003 veteran, hopping into the NCS SimRacing Challenge. Driving for Vortex Racing. They've got 3 cars in the Cup Series and then 4 truck entries in the NTD. Along the bottom side, there's Sam Francis in the number 52, renumbered from the 33. as Tom Gill is going to keep the lead, but Sam Francis is right on that bottom lane, who I was talking about earlier. And right behind him, being pushed by Sean McKean. As Tulsa Motorsports had a great season last year with 2 of their 3 drivers in contention for the championship, they hope to have the same success with all 4 cars. Sean McKean on the bottom lane. He is in a new car for DAF Racing. Championship winning team with the 47 car. They expanded to 4 cars, with Stuart Gratton in the 17 and then Sean McKean being signed to drive the 27. Colin Scarborough in that number 2 car, renumbered from 23. Looking awfully strong, hoping for a better season, better luck on the ovals. That was his main struggle last year. And then Garrett Lamar hopes to have a complete season. He was in the points lead at race 5, but then after that, his season just fell apart. And he's hoping for a much better year. 4 wide across the front straightaway once again. Incident-free, thankfully, as that back pack that was separated by Arwen Basic has now caught back up with the main group. Jacob Dabo in the 79 for GGA in the lead. Richard Fridge replacing Norris Andrews in the number 20 as a rookie driver right alongside him. They're both going to succumb to Michael Guthrie, who takes the lead coming out of the corner, coming to lap 18 of 50. No cautions yet so far. Exciting racing, 3x3 all through the field. And it looks like we might have another leader. Josh Harrison retakes the lead once again. Wendy's hopping on board to sponsor the 18 for the full season. Aaron's taking a step back. They're going to be an associate sponsor for both GSL on all cars as well as Harrison's new truck team, Harrison Racing, with 3 full-time trucks as well as a 4th one for himself to drive in 4 races. Lap 19 of 50 here, Josh Harrison keeping out in front. He's got a pretty sizable lead sitting there. But there's the 42 Heat Racing team. That's a new team with the 24, 32, 42, and 44. And all of their drivers in-house. They did not sign anybody from the free agent pool. They were all in-house hires. All of their last names are Sharp. So that will certainly be interesting to see. That was Jimothy Sharp in the number 42 right there. As Harrison leads yet another lap. Lap 20 of 50. And whoa, the 6 gets turned by Ian McDaniel. Across the lane they go, and big crash. Big crash coming into turn number 1 as Ian McDaniel went up the track and took out a bunch of cars. Caution is out on lap number 20 of 50 here. The 78-34. Looks like Henry Guo was also involved. The 4 of Nathan Stapleton, the 20 of Mitchell, the 22 of Mitchell Collins, and then Seelan Nosler is going to race it back to the line. Takes the lead from Josh Harrison. And caution is out for the first time today here for season number 2, the NCS Sim Racing Challenge. A big accident coming into turn number 1 caused by Ian McDaniel. I don't know if Abby Lane turned down on the 26 or if it was just a mixture of both, but when the 26 was coming back up the field, things certainly happened. Let's take a look and see at the replay. Yep, there were 4 wide. Jonah Burge is the teammate of Abby Lane, and he pushed him down into Ian McDaniel. McDaniel comes back up the track, looks for a lane, doesn't get it, goes into his teammate, Mitchell Collins, and then Abby Lane, I don't know if that was out of frustration or just by chance, but she comes back into the track and rams into the 26. Here's another angle at it. Gets turned. And then just nowhere for the 26 to enter into the track. He thought he had the space. Oh, hard hit. Massive, massive blows for all those drivers there. Take another angle at it from the spectator view. This is for looking at Mitchell Collins. So you can see the incident happen there. Then Ian thinks that he can rejoin. Boom. Goes right up into it. Sam Francis in the 52 with the great wreck avoidance just barely bumps into the 34 at the end. Man. On board with 34. Aaron Hunter, you can see the spin happen there, and then McDaniel comes right up right in front of him. Spun around, bumped into by the 52, and nothing that the 34 could do there. Drivers were nearing the end of the pit cycle. That means they will be coming down pit road this time. '51 leads them down pit road. Looks like it's going to be 4 tires and fuel for the 51. Peels off of pit road, but he will not be the first one off. It looks like we have a few people taking 2 tires and fuel. That is the 85 of David Krutz only took fuel. So that is interesting. So he will be the leader coming back to the green. The other rookie driver for Mudfish Motorsports, the other new rookie driver that they had, the only driver that stayed with the team is the man that is right behind. That is the 84 of Axel Rocha. Greg Rowland is the 4th expanded entry for that team. He is the team owner, driving the number 93. Bang Energy coming on to sponsor all 4 cars, except for a few races. That's where Axel Rocha will be donning the Whataburger colors. As Red Bull announced that they were leaving the team mid-season, and then Bang Energy and Toyota stepped up. As they were a Dodge team, then Toyota stepped up to replace to give them more factory support, and then Bang Energy stepped up to give them sponsorship for the season. Your top 5 as we head back to the restart. David Kreutz, the number 85, Axel Rocha, and then the 44 of Sharp, 51 of Seelan Nosler, and then the 42 of Jimothy Sharp. That's the 44 of Rory Sharp there. The 85, leading us back to the green flag. We're back out and underway here on lap 25 of 50 in the Daytona 500. The 3 of Josh Moore, the 22 of Mitchell Collins, and then the 6 of Abby Lane. Those are all drivers that are a lap down. The 51 and 22 working together, some of the faster cars on the track there. Here comes Nick Roten with a huge head of steam and gets up to the back of the 51. The 3 gets shuffled out. The 85 still in the lead as there's 2 lapped cars fighting for the right to stay on the lead lap or get their laps back. Here comes the 51. Seelan Nosler takes the lead away on the bottom side. Nick Roten gets trapped in the middle, and there they go. They wreck hard. Incident. Huge impact onto the inside wall. The 0 goes tumbling up and over, flipping. Once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times goes the number 0 of Nick Roten, as Seelan Nosler is going to lead us back as we have another caution. Caution is out on lap 26 of 50 for the second time today. Wow, what an incident that we just had. The 3 car with huge amounts of smoke. One of the hardest incidents that I have seen is the 0 on pit road. Let's take a look and see what happened at the replay. They were 4 wide, and they just get squeezed, hit the wall. Ooh, hard lick. And then there goes the 0 once, twice, 3, 4, maybe even 10, 11 times that it went up and over. And just lays there on his roof. Another look at it. That was... Looks like the 3 got touched by the 44 of Rory Sharp, and then it would have been fine for the 0. I mean, he did go airborne, but then the 86 of Abel Nickerson was right there and lifted him up. Here's another look at the incident. Yep, the 3 just gets touched. Boom. Sliding on his roof. And then hits the grass. And then that's what starts sending him up and over. And then there's the damage on the 86 and the 3. Here's a look on board with Nick Roten. Boom. Hard impact, and then the camera just goes static. That is dizzying to see there. As we'll see who comes down pit road. Only one taker by the looks of it, and that's the 85 of David Kreutz, who got a little bit of damage while being in that pack, and he's going to come down pit road. Well as the 86 of Abel Nickerson. A wild, wild ride for Nick Roten as he's been checked and released from the infield care center. He is okay and no injuries sustained for him. Very glad to see that the driver, the number 0, is okay. To hear that Nick Roten is okay is just amazing to hear with the safety of these cars. Two drivers a lap down. Mitchell Collins is 2 laps down, and then Abby Lane is 1 lap down. We're going to get back underway here on lap 31 of 50, so still 20 more laps of exciting racing to be seen here. It's sure to be good. Seelan Nosler back at the front in number 51. He is first place right now. Joshua Harrison in second. Stuart Gratton, the other driver, the 4th DAF racing car. He's sitting in third. Rory Sharp sitting in 4th in number 44 Gulf Oil car. And 5th place is Alexander Rowe. Here we go, the 51. Getting ready to lead us back to the green flag here. We're off and underway once again at Daytona. After the second caution period of the day, the 51 leads us into turn number 1, clearing Mitchell Collins. Maybe no, he doesn't. Just barely staying behind him, and now they're side by side coming down the back straightaway. On board with Alexander Rowe. He's got a huge head of steam coming into turns 3 and 4. He's going to take the lead and push Mitchell Collins, because he's got Harry Williams right on his bumper. Rowe leads the lap. Now we're on lap 32 of 50. Harry Williams now takes the lead. Down the back straightaway they go. He's being pushed by 2 Toyotas. Or he was being pushed by 2 Toyotas, the 84 and the 58, pushing him to the lead. 84 tries to slip back in line, but he just barely was not clear of his own teammate, Keith Hughes. That's a 4th Toyota right behind them. That's the 72 of Christian Vargas. Harry Williams leading, lap 33 of 50. Here comes Keith Hughes. He's going to go to the bottom side. He's being pushed by the 72, the 42, the 54. And 58 is going to go to the lead. 72 follows him up the track, and Jimothy Sharp is going to be the leading driver on the bottom lane. Harry Williams takes the lead back on the top side, but he's side by side with the 58. Coming to the line, Harry Williams is able to keep the lead. He led at Talladega. He won at Talladega. Those were different cars, though. The Pinty's bodies now were in the MENCS cars. Timothy Sharp takes the lead, but it looks like Harry Williams' expertise on these plate tracks is carried over. Only a pack of about, I'd say, 12 cars right here. Timothy Sharp in the number 42 Sprite Chevrolet for Heat Racing Team, leading the way. Here comes Aris Yuko. Aris Yuko led tons of laps in the last Daytona 500 last season. He, in fact, led the most laps. He wasn't able to get it done. He won the duel. Can he sweep the duel and the Daytona 500? He's currently in the lead, but he's got Garrett Lamar and his teammate, Sela Nosler, right behind him, ready to pounce. The 54 staying out front. Sean McKean on board with 27. That back pack. Packs were split in two, but that second pack is closing and closing quickly, being led by that 27 car. The 51 goes underneath the 54. Nosler is going to take the lead going down the back straightaway. Here comes the 37, making it 3 wide, going underneath his teammate. Alexander Rowe trying to power his way to the lead. Nosler moves up the track. That allows the 37 to go underneath him. The 51 leads the lap, but here comes the 37 on the bottom lane. He gives up the bottom lane, though, and that allows Axel Rocha to take the lead away from the 37. On lap 37 of 50. Axel Rocha, your current leader. We have 3 Toyotas all along that bottom lane. Lots of help as the back pack has caught up to the front pack. And we've got lots of more contenders now here at Daytona. Keith Hughes now to the front at Daytona as the pack has grown to its normal size. Here comes Richard Fridge along the bottom lane. He's going to take the lead away, but he's got Sean McKean right next to him, or right behind him. Fridge in the 20. Formerly the ride of Norris Andrews, who went to for Ginger Racing Team, Garrett Lamar's truck team, in the number 71. As McKean now takes the lead away from the 20. 4 wide, right behind them. That could be dangerous. 3 wide for the lead. McKean barely holding on to it. Fridge is going to fall back. That's not looking good. Spencer Davis to the lead, and we've got a crash. It was, in fact, not looking good. We've got a crash along the back straightaway. Multiple drivers involved. Big crash on the back straightaway. That's the big one. Michael Guthrie involved. Rouge Sharp. Aaron Hunter. Greg Rowland. Aris Yuko. Rory Sharp. Looks like that's James Sharp in the 32. Also involved. Big incident here on lap 39 of 40. And we are going to have an exhilarating finish here at Daytona. with only a few laps to go for this restart. Here's a look at the replay. Spencer Davis takes the lead, the 58. Oh, the 93 of Greg Rowland thought he was clear, and a bunch of people got through it, but not enough. Henry Guo and Christopher Marnell working together got through that incident. Here's another look at it. This should be one of the better angles we get. The 58 was not clear, or the 93 was not clear of his own teammate, and then they just pile in right behind him. Here's a look from Michael Guthrie, who was just an innocent bystander. Smoke starts coming. He goes to the bottom. And then the 24 is the one that ran in and is the one that spun the 34 and the 33. So that's what turned around Michael Guthrie. No drivers pitting under that caution period, except for the drivers that were involved. The number 00, Spencer Davis, sitting out in front here at Daytona. The 79 of Jacob Dabo sitting in second. The 78, Tom Gill, sitting in third. 27, Sean McKean, right there in fourth. Fifth place is Barney Thresher. 4 rookies and a veteran, all in that top 5. But it's Daytona. Anything can happen. Anybody can win. And, I mean, we saw Aris Yuko go from 18th to 2nd, or 18th to 1st in just 2 laps and win the duel. Could we see something like that today once again? We're going to be restarting on lap 44. 7 laps to go in the Daytona 500. Spencer Davis, Jacob Dabo along the top. Here we go. Back underway. Green flag racing once again for the final restart of the Daytona 500. Hopefully, as the 00 is going to lead us down into turn number 1. Sean McKean with a good move going underneath Tom Gill, leaving them to the top side. Being pushed by former teammate Colin Scarborough down the back straightaway. Into turns 3 and 4, the 00 still out in front, on board with Sean McKean, who's got one of the faster cars in one of the teams that specializes in plate racing, DAF racing. The 00 holding strong, but now the 27 makes a move to the bottom side. Here comes Sean McKean to the front. McKean to the lead with 6 laps to go. It was going to be a big question over this offseason. Would Sean McKean be able to adapt to DAF racing, going from Dodges to Chevrolet, going from one team to another, a team that he nearly won the championship with, into a team that is expanding from 2 to 4 cars? It looks like some of these questions have been answered. Sean McKean. 5 laps to go for that 27 car out in front. This team prides itself on being good at plate tracks, trying to be the best at plate tracks. And with Sean McKean, their new driver, and their new car out in front, well, that just all but answers all the questions that people had during this offseason. Only one more remains. Can he win? Only one win last season at Bones Motorsports. Can he get a victory here today? Harry Williams on the bottom lane, looking awfully strong with help from another Toyota, the 12 car of Nelson Reeves. McKean is able to block them. Maybe no, he wasn't clear of them. The 87 is going to go underneath, and Harry Williams is going to go to lead down the back straightaway. Harry Williams, Sean McKean, side by side going down the back straightaway. 3 wide for the front position now, the 12. Nelson Reeves is going to take the lead coming off of turn number 4. Coming to 3 laps to go. Sam Francis. He's in the lead. Or not, he's not in the lead. He's on the bottom lane trying to get the lead. Being pushed by the 18 of Josh Harrison and the 17 of Stuart Gratton. Sam Francis to the front. But for how long will that 52 car stay there? Henry Guo and David Kreutz have dropped back, but have they dropped back too much? They're expecting a wreck, but have they lost the draft? It looks like they have. Joshua Harrison to the front. The 1 and the 85 dropped back to try to avoid themselves from an incident, but it looks like they're too far away. Joshua Harrison out in front, but he's about to be passed by Stuart Gratton in the number 17. Stuart Gratton trying to make a big impression at DAF Racing. The same one that Sean McKean was trying to do. But here comes Christian Vargas being pushed by Alexander Rowe. They say the best place to be on the last lap is in front. You don't want to be anywhere else. Even if there is a last lap pass, you don't want to be anywhere but first place. And that is where Christian Vargas is with 1 lap to go. 84 of Axel Rocha gets pushed down to the bottom by the 51. He's going to slide back in. And no incident. We stay green. The 37 of Alexander Rowe is going to take the lead, coming onto the back straightaway. But he's got no help. The 72 does. The 34 had no help. But the 72 did, and Christian Vargas is going to retake the lead, coming into turn 3. Coming off of turn 4. Christian Vargas and the number 72. They won't get to him. He wins it at Daytona. Like I said, the best place to be is in the lead, and that is where the 72 was. And Christian Vargas is your winner here at Daytona. What a finish. Rowe, yet again, stays winless, not able to get it done here at Daytona. But it's Christian Vargas in his first race taking the victory. Harrison, Rowe, Gratton, Francis, Reeves, Davis, Fridge, Harry Williams, and Nosler, your top 10. And on through the rest of the pack. McKean finishing 12th. Rocha finishing 22nd after getting out of line. Scarborough finishing 11th. Boston Jones after winning the Duel 1 finishing 13th. Yuko finishing 20th after winning duel number 2. Rory Sharp finishing 23rd. Henry Guo, David Kreutz, they were expecting a last lap or a few last lap incidents, but they were not able to get back up to the pack, and those didn't happen, so they finished 27th and 28th. Michael Guthrie finishing 34th after starting along the front row. Mitchell Collins finished 1 lap down. Abby Lane finished 2. Nick Roten, Josh Moore, both wrecked out. Those are your final results. Those are also your current point standings. And we will see you all next week for race number 2, the Mickey Yard 400 at Walt Disney World Speedway. We'll see you all there for next week of the NCS Sim Racing Challenge.